The truth is, if you want visible defined abs, you have to do ab exercises. But do you know which ab exercises are the best and which ones are risky and should be avoided? We'll talk about all of that in today's video. My name is Kola. I am a certified personal trainer and you are watching Koboko Fitness. Welcome back to all my Cocoa Puffs. Make sure you hit subscribe right now because I'm going to be doing so many more videos like this and I don't want you to miss any one of them. I personally get very excited when I'm talking about abs because I literally used to think that I couldn't have abs. So when I found out that a normal person such as yours truly could actually have abs, I was amazed. I realized that I just needed to avoid inefficient workouts, not kill myself in the process, and minimize the risk to my body. So if you're just a regular person like me and you want to just look and feel your best and you're trying to get abs, I'm talking to you in this video. This video will teach you the best exercises you need to master to get abs. These are no equipment body weight exercises you can do in the comfort of your own home. I'll also share with you some of the more risky exercises you should probably avoid, so make sure you watch to the end of the video so you can find out what they are and you can avoid those risky exercises. And keep in mind, you are already good the way you are. Abs don't make the woman makes the abs. Before I say a certain exercise is good and another exercise is not so good, I think it's only fair that you know the criteria that I'm using to rank these exercises. The first criteria is efficiency. The more of your ab muscles are involved, the higher the rank of the exercise. So an exercise that involves both your upper and lower abs is preferable to one that targets only your lower abs because you can do more in less time. The second criteria is friction. The best exercises, honestly, are the ones that you can do fast, quick, anytime, anywhere with just your body weight or just some dumbbells. You don't need all the fancy stuff to get results. But if you go to a lot of non-Western countries, you will see that people that do hard physical labor tend to have a really nice abs. They're not out here in some $300 a month gym. They're just carrying regular stuff. So if you think you need fancy equipment to get abs, it's simply not true. The third criteria is level of risk. I saw somebody hanging from a pole the other day like a flag and I was just like, why? I admire the showmanship, I admire the athleticism, but you and I, regular people, we're not hanging from any poles. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 7 best ab exercises you need to know about, and then I'm going to highlight 2 of them that are so good and so saucy that you definitely want to make sure that they are in your workout routine. Let's start with leg raises, also known as leg drops. When you're doing your leg raises, there are all sorts of modifications you can do, but the basic mechanics of it is that you keep your lower back nice and flat on the floor. You can put your palms underneath your butt to help support your lower back if you're struggling, and raise your legs up and down. The closer you bring your leg to the floor, the more intense the exercise. The higher your legs are up in the air when you're making that up and down movement, the easier it's going to be for you. There's some really important information I need to share with you about targeting that lower ab area, but I'll save it for later on in the video so we can stay on track. Let's talk about sit-ups and crunches. These 2 exercises are like brother and sister. You may have seen all these articles online saying you don't need to do crunches, you don't need to do sit-ups. Those are probably people that just genetically have lean abs. Regular schmegular folk don't have it that easy, especially if you love bread and rice like me. Doing sit-ups and crunches are very helpful because they help to strengthen those ab muscles. They help to give them that visible definition that we're looking for. Just know that if you have been struggling, maybe your ab muscles are just weak. For me, I was never really into exercise. I was never super athletic. I literally never stepped foot in a gym until I was in college. And even then it was because gym classes were required to graduate. The only thing that's natural to me is laying in my bed eating chips, watching really corny movies. Anyway, so crunches and sit-ups are your friend. When you reach a certain level with your crunches and sit-ups where you're able to do a lot of reps very easily, you're going to want to add some kind of resistance, usually in the form of dumbbells. So moving on, elbow planks. In fact, any kind of plank. This will get your entire core stronger. This is very, very important. And this is one of those things that a lot of people will leave out of their videos because they just want to tell you the short-term quick fix. They don't want to tell you the thing that's going to help you with your health as well. And if you care about your health, you want to be doing those planks. Planks are going to strengthen your entire core, upper abs, lower abs, your transverse abdominis muscle. Everything is going to get stronger when you do planks. This is great because it's going to help help you do more with your leg raises. It's going to help you do more with your sit-ups, more with your crunches. It's going to support you when you're doing other unrelated exercises. Planks are not going to be the thing that will chisel out your abs, but they're the thing that will strengthen your abs so you can chisel out your abs. But I say that with a little bit of a caveat. When you get to the point where you can do your planks for, let's say, 2 minutes, then you're at the point where you can scale back the planks and then do harder exercises. But if you're not at the point where you can do planks for 2 minutes, then you definitely want to have planks as a core part of your routine. I've been training for years and I've been a personal trainer for years, and I still incorporate planks into my routine because they're just that amazing. Let me talk about hundreds. This is a unique exercise that is so intense and so good. It targets both your upper abs and your lower abs. It's simple to do because you don't need any equipment at all. The beauty of doing hundreds is that your entire core is active the whole time. When you're doing your hundreds, you want to make sure that your entire back is on the floor. The thing with this exercise is you don't have the luxury of supporting your lower back with your hands. So if you're struggling with this exercise, you may want to do just a few seconds and just wait out the rest of the timer until we move on to the next exercise. But keep working at it until you build up more proficiency with it. But this exercise is just, it's killer. You can even try it right now and just try to keep that 90-degree angle in your legs. Keep your hands going. That's going to help take your mind off of the intensity and the burn in your abs. Keep your back nice and flat and you will feel the burn. Let's talk about knee to elbows. Knee to elbows are awesome. You will see this exercise in a lot of my standing ab exercise workouts, and this exercise is one that I get some feedback on where people say that they're feeling it in their thighs. Let me tell you, this is normal, especially if you've been doing a lot of lower body exercises. That just means that your quads, your thighs, your legs are way stronger than your abs. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. If you're feeling this in your thighs and not your abs, what you want to do is slow down the movement, especially when you're bringing your leg back to the floor. What this does is it turns your leg into a weight that your stomach has to control. So stand up and try it. Bring your knee up to your elbow and then slowly bring your leg down. Make sure you suck your stomach in while you continue to breathe. You will feel your stomach doing the work to control your leg. So knee to elbows are your friend. You may be thinking, well, maybe I should add some ankle weights to this. You can if you want to, but it's not necessary. As long as you're doing this nice and slow, you're sucking in your stomach, but you're still breathing, and you continue to practice, you will start to feel this in your abs. Now, let me talk about side planks real quick. Side planks are that exercise that we all love to hate because it's challenging. With your side planks, you really want to try to keep a straight body. You want your head to your heel to be as straight as possible. You don't really want to raise your hip up. You don't want your hips to be dipping toward your mat, and you want to suck your stomach in. You want to try to keep your elbow underneath your shoulder. Although if you don't get that perfect, it doesn't mean that you're going to break your elbow, whatever. Try your best to get your form right, but if it's not perfect, just keep working at improving it. You can't improve something that you don't do. So suck that stomach in, keep that straight line all the way from your head down to your heel, and hold for as long as you can. If you're doing your full plank or your elbow plank and you're skipping your side plank, you can probably get away with it. But if you can fit that side plank into your workout, it is highly effective. With your side planks, you're really working those oblique muscles, that's the muscles in the side, but you're not working them in a way that's going to make them bulky and make your waist thicker, which I know is a look that a lot of us usually try to avoid. Although if that's your body shape, then that's your body shape and there's no shame in that. But if you're worried about your waist getting thicker, don't worry about that. Your waist is not going to get thicker from doing side planks. You're only going to strengthen your inner core muscles and just make all of your other exercises so much easier to do. Now, of all these exercises, which are the top 2? I'll tell you in just a moment, but first let's talk about those exercises that maybe they're not the best. These are exercises that I give you permission to skip. Don't do them. Starting off with the L-sit. With the L-sit, you're basically extending your legs out, hovering them over the floor, and you're suspended from your arm. The reason this exercise is going to make my list as one of the worst exercises you could be doing if you're trying to get visible defined abs is that it just involves way too much arm strength and upper body strength, which there's nothing wrong with working the arms and upper body. However, if you're trying to get those abs, you can skip this exercise and not miss anything at all. This is more of an exercise that you will do if you just enjoy enjoy exercise, if you're just trying to improve your performance as a whole, then yes, definitely do L-sits. But if you're just a regular average Joe or Joanne trying to get a visible defined abs, you can skip the L-sits. The other one is one V-up. With V-ups, you're just making like a little birdie with your hands and your legs. You're bringing your arms and your legs together. And yes, it's a great ab exercise. However, the level of back strength it requires to do this exercise is one that you just wouldn't find in most average people. It's more so something that you will find in people that are former athletes or gymnasts. And the risk of injuring yourself doing this exercise is just so great that I wouldn't recommend trying to do V-ups. Instead of V-ups, do sit-up. The names are even similar. But that being said, if you love V-ups, you're enjoying them, you like the mental challenge of them, you can keep doing them. They're not more efficient or more effective than any of the other 7 exercises I mentioned, but they could be fun for you. So which would I say are the top 2? Based on the 3 criteria we already talked about before, I have to say that hundreds would definitely be up there in my top 2 exercises, and the second would be sit-up, preferably with some dumbbells. Let's talk about targeting the lower abs with leg raises. When I talk about targeting the lower abs with leg raises, I just want to make it clear what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that when we do leg drops or leg raises, we're going to burn fat in that lower ab area, because I know that's a trouble spot for a lot of us. A lot of us store fat in that area, myself included. It's normal to have lower belly fat. However, doing leg drops, leg raises, those exercises are not going to burn the fat. They will strengthen the muscle. They will give definition, but the layer of fat that's on there will not be addressed from doing leg drops and leg raises. I just wanted to clarify that so there is no confusion. Of course, the way you eat is going to also determine the type of results that you get. And as I always say, it's not 80% diet, 20% exercise. It's not 90% diet, 10% exercise. It's 100% exercise, 100% diet. We have to have full commitment to both. I recommend starting with getting yourself in a solid workout routine, because for most people, that's something that is straightforward. You can do immediately on your own with no excuses. And then once you're in a good routine, add in the diet part, which is usually more complex, requires a lot more experimentation and variables. And that's the best way to get results that last a lifetime. Get on a workout program that's sensible, that you can do long-term consistently. Once you have that down, then build some better habits with your diet on top of that firm foundation of having a rock solid workout routine, which I have been making some videos on that topic, and I will make more videos. Make sure you visit KabokoFitness.com, start your free trial today, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in my next video.